Coming up on today's Chiefs Report, we got the latest injury updates leading up to Saturday's contest against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Also, could the Chiefs trade for this big-name wide receiver? We'll tell you who that is later on in the show. And we got a little Patrick Mahomes versus Trevor Lawrence. How are these two quarterbacks playing at this point in the season? And is T-Law and the Jags offense something to be worried about? We discuss all of that and a whole lot more coming up on today's Chiefs Report. You're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. Like I said, a lot to get into, so let's go ahead and dive in here. Let's get to those injury updates. Mecole Hardman misses practice once again, that one becoming official just moments ago, as he is the only Chiefs player who has not practiced the past 2 days. And look, let's just be honest. Mecole Hardman not playing Saturday. Now, that designation hasn't been made official, but I expect it to be made official on Thursday. And if you listen or watch the Chiefs Report on Tuesday and listen to Andy Reid's quote of saying that injury isn't healing how he wants it to, that doesn't sound like someone who expects Hardman to play not only this week but frantically in the near future, which is a shame because I think Hardman could have been an X-factor type of player for this team in the postseason, as he has been in the past. Put up decent numbers before he got injured in Week 9, 6 total touchdowns, but doesn't appear that he is close to returning to playing for this team. Now, luckily, you do have Kadarius Toney, who can do a lot of the same things Hardman can in terms of the jet sweep game, getting him the ball in space on quick throws. He can run some of those deep routes as well. He can be your punt returner. And if I'm Kansas City, I'm trying to get Kadarius Toney going. I'm trying to get him 5+ touches in this game. I'm not saying you force feed him and he's your primary offense. Obviously, you got Travis Kelce, Juju. You got other guys you're going to want to get involved, McKinnon. But Kadarius Toney should be a guy that's a somewhat focal point. Like, not the focal point, but a guy that is a difference maker here on Saturday against Jacksonville. So fill in the blank for us. Predict it. Kadarius Toney will get blank touches against Jacksonville. I'm going to go 6. What do you guys think? How many touches for KT on Saturday against the Jacksonville Jaguars? Now, be sure to subscribe to the Chiefs Report. We recently crossed 35,000 subscribers. Thank you guys very much. That means the road to 36K is underway. 955 away. Can we get to 36,000 by the end of the game on Saturday? That's a goal. We're trying to get to 36K by the end of that watch party. So hit that subscribe button. Join us for that watch party this Saturday. Got to be a lot of fun. Full coverage during this playoff run. All right, more injury stuff. Pete Sweeney tweeting this out. Obviously, Mecole Hardman didn't practice, yada, yada. Frank Clark limited on Tuesday, expected to do more today. Now, he was still in that limited category according to today's injury report, so we'll see what his status is. I think he'll play this week. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jody Fortson did well on Tuesday and expected to work Wednesday. Now, Frank Clark, 5 sacks this year. I told you guys last week this would be the injury to watch this week. I had higher hopes for Mecole Hardman. That obviously has not come to fruition, but I do think Clark will give it a go and will be able to play on Saturday, which is key because this defensive line has been playing really, really well the second half of the season. Now, Jacksonville's injury report has the following names on it. Brandon Scherff did not practice on Tuesday with an ab injury. I think he'll play, but that's somewhat notable. Luke Fortner limited with the back. Trevor Lawrence limited with the toe on Tuesday. I'm sure he's a full go Wednesday and will play this weekend. Kendrick Pryor, Jamal Agnew, and then long snapper Ross Matsick didn't practice Tuesday with the back injury, but I'm sure that won't be a problem. I think Scherff and Fortner, those linemen for Jacksonville, are the ones to watch because Chris Jones could be going up against a guy like Brandon Scherff, and that's a key matchup. Scherff, a good interior offensive lineman. Jones, a dominant season as an interior pass rusher. That will be something to watch in this football game, as obviously both teams are going to look to win in the trenches, and the reason Kansas City has really played well late in the year is that defensive line, like I said, has had a lot of success, so keep an eye on that. Today's Chiefs Report is sponsored by LinkedIn. Listen, us here at Chat Sports, I was here when we had 6 employees. Now we have 20. The key to having sustained growth and success is hiring the right people, and LinkedIn's going to give you the best chance of doing just that. As a small business owner or a hiring manager, you know that success in 2023 all depends on the team members you surround yourself with. That's why you got to check out LinkedIn Jobs. With LinkedIn Jobs, you can hire qualified candidates more efficiently by matching open roles with people who have the skills, values, and experiences to help you achieve your goals. LinkedIn Jobs will help you quickly attract qualified candidates to your open jobs with targeting tools. Identify the most qualified candidates on LinkedIn Jobs and connect with them fast and for free. LinkedIn Jobs makes it easy to screen and rate applicants based on your job qualifications, all on one platform. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find those qualified candidates you want to talk to and faster. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. It's linkedin.com/NFL Daily. Like I said, the key to us growing here at Chat Sports, hiring really good applicants, and we are able to find those applicants quickly and interview them, and we've tripled our roster in the past 3 years. So linkedin.com/NFL Daily. Got to make the right hires. You can post your job for free. That link in the description of this video. Okay, let's get to the rumor portion of this show. Could the Chiefs trade for Mike Evans this offseason? Buccaneers could blow up their roster if Tom Brady leaves in free agency, which that's expected. I would say there's 3 scenarios for Tom Brady this offseason. 1, he signs with another team. 2, he retires. 3, he returns to Tampa, and I think returning to Tampa is third out of those 3. It's not impossible, but I do think it's a third out of 3. And if that happens, Tampa has no answer at quarterback. I mean, they could go get a Derek Carr or something like that. But with 1 year left on his deal, Mike Evans could be a trade chip this offseason if Tampa wants to hit that reset button. And Kansas City could potentially have some interest here. Mike Evans, the past 4 years, really good, right? I mean, he's not that like 1,500 yard per year guy, but he's consistently 1,000 to 1,200 yards. Most years he's pushing for double-digit touchdowns. This year the Bucs struggled in the red zone, but he still had 6 touchdowns. Prior 2 years had 27 combined. And what's appealing about Mike Evans is he only has 1 year left on his deal, and his cap hit, if he's traded, whatever team would trade for him only takes on $14.5 million in a cap hit. That's not bad, guys. Like, that is not bad. Remember, this is a team with GM Brett Veach that didn't want to pay Tyreek Hill because he wanted $30 million per year. You get Mike Evans for less than 15. Maybe you get an extension for like 20, 22 per year or something like that on a new deal. Maybe he has to go 25, but maybe you don't extend him. Maybe you just let next year play out. Could be worth it at that price tag. And plus, you've got some free agent receivers that you're going to have to make a decision on. A guy like Juju Smith-Schuster. If you let him walk, you've got to replace him with somebody, and Mike Evans would be an upgrade. Mecole Hardman, Justin Watson, 2 guys that have contributed. So it's very possible and potentially likely that you're going to have to add another receiver in the draft, free agency, or on the trade market. Like I said, if Juju walks, you're going to need a receiver. Even if it's not a true number 1, you're going to need somebody who can line up on the outside and make some plays, and Mike Evans can certainly do just that. So just an interesting idea that I'm floating now. I do think the Bucs could blow it up, and if they do, Mike Evans could be on the trade block, and why not Kansas City? Maybe throw a second-round pick at Tampa and take him on for the 2023 season. What do you guys think? Should the Chiefs trade for Mike Evans? Type T for trade or P for pass. Get your votes in down in the comment section below. Should Kansas City trade for one Mike Evans? All right, we'll wrap things up with more thoughts on Jags, Chiefs, and talk about the quarterbacks briefly here. Patrick Mahomes versus Trevor Lawrence, as Mahomes has obviously been here, done that. We told you guys heading into the playoffs he was actually the oldest AFC starting quarterback, which is hard to believe. He's only 27 years old. But I thought this tweet from CBS Sports was interesting. If you look at Lawrence and Mahomes' stats since Week 11, both are 7-1 as starters. Both have similar completion percentage, over 66%, 16-6 TD interception ratio for Lawrence, 16-5 ratio for Mahomes. So, yeah, the Chiefs are obviously coming into the playoffs red hot. But make no mistake, Jacksonville, Lawrence, they're hot as well, and they can make plays. This is an offense that you can't just snooze over. Like, Doug Peterson got this group going midway through the year, and really since that loss to Kansas City in Week 10, this Jags team took off. They've only lost 1 game since then, so this is not a game where you just show up, go through the motions, and win. I mean, you're in the playoffs, you're in the divisional round, and guess what? You're the hunted team as the number 1 seed and a recent Super Bowl champion, which Kansas City is. Now, you wonder if Trevor Lawrence, unintentionally made a mistake here. He was asked about going into Arrowhead Stadium, what that environment could be like, and he said, "I can't imagine Arrowhead Stadium will be much louder than Jacksonville last Saturday." Oh, Trevor. Oh, Trevor. And yes, I will say, that Jags environment, pretty good. Arrowhead in January, though, I don't know if it gets much louder. Maybe Seattle when they're deep in a playoff run, but Arrowhead Stadium is one of the loudest venues in the NFL, and now that Trevor Lawrence has thrown this out there, even though I don't think he was actually trying to call out the fan base or anything like that, this feels like one of those unintentional uh-ohs by T-Law, so we'll see what happens, but I expect Arrowhead to be rocking. We're going to be live for a watch party here on the Chiefs Report. It's going to feel like a tailgate. Should be a lot of fun, so be sure to join us for that. Now, who's going to have more touchdowns in this matchup? Type PM for Patrick Mahomes, TL for Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, more pressure on Mahomes and the Chiefs as the number one seed, the favorite, the Super Bowl betting favorite right now. I'm going to go PM. I think they rise up to the challenge and defend home field. All right, guys, like I said, subscribe to the channel. We'll have coverage throughout the week leading up to Saturday. And then, of course, on Saturday, we will be live for a watch party 1 hour before kickoff. So join us for that as the Chiefs look to advance to their 5th straight AFC Championship game. I'm Harrison Graham. We're signing off here on the Chiefs Report. We'll see you next time.